This is my 150-gallon gar tank, which currently houses 6 Cuban gars, 8 Florida gars, and 1 longnose gar right there. He's still pretty skinny, but he was the most recent addition, and I just sort of recently got him converted to non-live foods. In the back corner over here, we have 5 niger catfish all hovering in a pile. With them is also some of the gars kind of huddled around. There's one of the biggest Cuban gars. They're all around 14-15 inches right now. In contrast, the Florida gars, the smallest guy there, he's about 7-8 inches, and the largest one is probably about 10. The long nose here in front, when last measured, he was about 14 inches in total. The tank is a 150-gallon tall, currently filtered mainly with the 4 sponge filters there, as well as the 1 power head with the pre-filter, just to get some particles and that out of the water. Because the catfish stir up quite a bit of the sand in that when they sift through. One other thing that I have in here is a lot of snails, mainly to clean up after the gars, as well as provide a food source for the niger catfish. Something that's working pretty good. Every couple weeks I seem to have to add a couple more because the snail numbers start dropping. Other than that, the tank is mainly furnished just with a variety of fake plants. Every time I've tried real plants, the bigger gars and the catfish really just kind of tear them up and move them around. So with these, they're all weighted down, so whatever the gars and the catfish do, they all just settle back to the bottom anyways. Every couple of days I kind of try to rearrange stuff, put it into a little bit of a nicer patterning. That's mainly it. One thing that's happened lately, because this tank's, with this current grouping of fish, it's only been set up for a couple weeks. But since moving into this tank, the Cuban gars have actually darkened in color. I'm not really sure why that is, because usually that's associated with stress for them. I've checked all their water parameters. Their pH is staying pretty constant, that's somewhere around a 7.2. Doesn't really vary whatsoever. Fairly high general and carbonate hardness to the water as well, so it's not like parameters are switching around all that much. Other than that, they're also getting a daily water change of around like 12%-ish every day. That's working out pretty good for them. This here is actually one gar that I had from a batch from last year. Never really grew as much. You can't really see it from this angle, but he's got a defect where the head is always sort of held at an angle. Didn't really ever catch as much food as the other ones, grew a lot slower, so this one is about 10 inches right now. He's probably the biggest one in here. And there you can see, or you could see, how the head is actually shaped. But overall, at this point, he's kind of caught up in growth, and he's doing a lot better. It's going to be interesting to see how big he actually gets. Let's see, there's one of the smaller Floridas from this year's batch. Doing well. This guy's not taking, not eating pellets as much as I would like. Some of the other Florida gars just gulp them down right up there with the Cubans at feeding time. Others aren't apt to feeding in that, but they're doing pretty good. And in the back corner, there's kind of just a pile up of a whole bunch of the Cuban gars. Mixing with some of the Floridas. Let's see if they're hungry right now. They've actually already eaten a couple times today, but the Cubans always seem to be hungry. There's some pellets up at the top. They're currently being fed on a mixture of 5 types of floating pellets, an additional 5 sort of sinking pellets, and then some meaty foods every couple days as well. Shrimp, tilapia, they got squid yesterday. Just trying to get as much of a variety to them as I can. taking down some pellets. Florida's in the background taking down pellets as well. Eat pretty good. And that's my 150 gallon gar tank. Hope you enjoyed the video.